Hello, and I hope that we are here. Please say hello if you are visiting me to this evening. Yeah, I think I had the same problem as the other day. I think it was a start-stop scenario. No idea why that's happened. Really don't. Anyway, technology and me sometimes just don't work, do they? So today I'm going to do some paper piecing. So how many people have heard of paper piecing? I'm going to be using a set. I'm just bringing the cameras over now and ping that across there. I'm going to be using a set that we've used before called Attention Shoppers. Okay, but lovely set. I've not used it recently. I've got some pieces in here and the stamps and the dies, 7-piece die set. Lovely shopping trolley, etc. in here. Some nice little pieces I've got left over in here. These little glimmer pieces were from the shopping cart. Now, I did this before, saved all of these pieces. I can't bear to throw them away. As you know, I do love my scraps. So I've kept them all, and I will be making something with those at some point. Hi, Frances, nice to see you. Somebody's here, it's actually working, that's good. Hi, Linda, lovely to see you as well. So the shopping, Attention Shoppers, lovely set. We had a lovely presentation with this when we went to our on stage event. Hi Shaz, we had some lovely presentations with this and I love this set, and I'm just going to bring on a card I did last time for you. So I did a couple of the shopping carts and we stamped some of the images and we coloured those in and die cut them out. Okay, I have done a bit of smooch on the background, and we did use this as a bit of a mask in the background in a very pale colour. You might not see it. Okay, so that was last time. I'm not going to use the shopping trolley tonight, even though I've got one cut in here and the trolley and the bits. I'm going to put that to one side, and I'm actually going to do some paper piecing. So you might stop and think, right, what is paper piecing? I'm going to take a few of the images. I think I'm going to take this one, and I'll probably take the flowers because that's another good one to do it with. And then I need a couple of blocks. So let's pop that on one of them, on there. And then this one on the other one, on there. And I've got some scraps of white somewhere here. Yes, I've got some white for sentiments and things like that later. I'm just going to use those two at the moment. I've got my little baby machine here, and I have all of my blends. Now, paper piecing is all about when we stamp these images. If I just bring this one back that I did before. So on here, I think we use watercolour pencils. I'm not sure. But the watercolour pencils on here to colour those in. Then I have paper piecing for this paper bags and the wrap around the flowers. We're actually going to do some paper piecing on those. So choose what sort of papers that you think would look nice as a carrier bag and as a wrap around the papers. Now I've pulled out, initially I pulled out the Unbounded Beauty because I've got all the in colours in them. Been playing with those today. And I kind of like something like this. This one has got bread and food, I think, supposed to be coming out of the top of it. So we could use anything with that. I've got a couple of other colours here as well that will complement. So I have that one. So that stripy I thought might look nice on the paper bag. But first of all, I'm just going to flick through here and see if there's any little scrappy pieces. I don't think I have any small pieces. But if there's small bits there, that's usually the best way to go. Piece of card there I might get to use, and these little pieces in here that we don't want to cut into a big sheet if we can help it. So I could use that pastel one, but I'm actually going to be using these designs. Oh, I forgot one. Might even have a piece this size. Look at that one. There's the stripe, so that's a good piece. I'll swap that one out. We don't like to cut into big pieces unless we really have to. So that's that one. And I think I'll use this little piece on the end there. So we've got those. We'll see how we go with those for now. I haven't got the cardstocks out, so I'll see how I go with those. I like actually stamping on our glass mat. We have got the Stamp and Pierce mat, which we can use, but sometimes it's good just to use this. It's a really nice surface. I don't know why. It's not a spongy surface, but it just seems to work. So what we're going to do is start by stamping out some of these. Now, with the flowers, I think I'm going to go with the mottled effect on here. Which way up would that look nice? I think have a nice piece of that in the middle. Okay, and because we've got the ink out, we could actually stamp this more than once. I'm stamping this in Memento Black. So that's those two. Pop that out of the way. And the bag, I'm going to stamp on the stripy one, as I said. So we'll do a couple of that. Okay, that's a bit busy, but this one's quite nice, the pale one. So we'll see where we go with that. And this would just get nicely on here to get two pieces. So I tend to, I've got everything out, I tend to fill that piece like so. Okay, so that's a couple of nice pieces there. Let's see how we go. And going to get my little mini snips out. So this one I'll just snip off there and put that back in, to put back in the packet there. This one I'll just trim round. It's got those two, over as well. There we go. So I'm going to start by cutting those out. Now, like I say, these are the ones from in here. So we're going to cut round everything that is not the top piece. If that makes sense. That's not really going to make sense, is it? So, so let's just start by doing one at a time. So we're going to take away the paper bag here. We're basically making the paper that we've stamped on to be our paper bag. So we don't want the food that's coming out the top here. We want to cut along the edges. So yes, it is fussy cutting again. I'm so sorry. You know that's my bit of my forte. So we're just going to cut around the handles there, like so. And we're just cutting the paper bag, so that's all we want left. Okay, so snip that out of the way. In the bin, come down this piece. And you can use this with any paper scraps. Just put your colour coordination together and see what colour you want to do. You could even just, it's another fussy cut piece, you could just do some sitting on the sofa. Now there's a little piece in the middle of this bag. I kind of would like to take that out so all you see is the handle. It's a bit over the top, but if you put a little snip in the top, okay, you can actually then poke your scissors in. I hope you can see this. I'm just going into the corner, and I'm going to go into that corner. Okay, you're just going to cut that out. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but it just finishes the look nicely. So just going to go around those edges. Can't get me scissors in there now, can I? Kind of want to hold it, but trying not to block the camera. So there I am. Look, I'm just snipping along that line to the end. You'll probably think, no, I'd leave it if it was me. There we go. So it's nearly there. It's just because I'm on camera. Let's get scissors into that piece. It is cut. It's just coming around that corner. The other way you can do it is if you use a knife. Now, I don't know where to lay my hands on it right this moment, but the Stampin' Up, take your pick tool with the extra pieces added on would be perfect for this because it's got the knife blade in there now. So you'll be able to cut that out with a knife blade. Since I tidied up my room, a few things I've put away so safely, I can't find them. So that's typical of tidying up anywhere, isn't it? So this one's going to be similar. We want to cut off the stems. We don't need those. We're only going to be interested in the piece of paper that's wrapping the flowers up here. Okay, so I'm going to come around the outside edge. You can cut just inside it if you like, because when you cut stamp your flowers, we're going to actually piece this over the top. So I'm just going to cut around those edges. I'm going to take those flowers off out of the way actually. Less info to worry about holding. Then I'll come back and go along the top of the bag. So those of you who have been practicing your fussy cutting, because Sandra does so much of it, I have got big hands, sorry, if you can see what I'm doing. So I've cut that round most of it. All I've got to do now is cut across these flowers. And I am right-handed, so I am going to come in from this way. Hold it between my two fingers. Just cut round the bottom there. Okay, it's probably easier holding it like that. Round the edge. So all we've got is the actual paper that they're wrapped in. Okay, don't worry if you're not exactly on the lines because you're going to be stamping this again and colouring in the flowers. Okay, so just come around those edges. And this is the paper piecing. Now, if you've got some paper, maybe the back of a paper that you don't particularly like and you've got some bits left over, some scraps or something, then you can do paper piecing on there. So it doesn't really look much at the moment. I've got another bag here and we could do exactly the same with that. So I'm just going to whiz around there, okay, along here and round here. Okay, so you'll see it will all make sense when you actually marry the two up together. Okay, just come down there and round the bottom. So it's still using any papers. You don't have to use the ones that are in that bundle, but you've got another piece there. I'm going to leave that one intact so you can see the difference between the two. This one looks very strange, but I'm going to get my white card now and I'm going to stamp some of the images. And then we're going to colour those. Just take a couple of pieces there. So those images we've just stamped once onto the paper, we're going to stamp again. So this one's going to come on here. And to be honest, if you've got a piece of scrap paper underneath here, you wouldn't need to stamp the whole thing. All we're stamping this time to keep is the top. But I do like to put these layers on top, so I would just stamp that whole thing. And we can die cut it, of course, so by having the dies with the set. So that's two of those and one of the flowers. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is actually put these pieces on here. So we want to do that now, while you can see what you actually need left to colour in. So I'm going to take my Tombow and my tweezers. Oops, lost a bone folder. And we're going to pick one of these up at a time. So it looks a very odd shape, doesn't it, that one? Still in Auckland, heading for the airport soon, bless. Oh, lovely. Hi Maxine, Claire, Angela. I think I said Anne. I think I said hi to everybody. So glasses down. Otherwise I'll have glue everywhere. So a little bit of Tombow just to get that started. This one was working earlier. Okay, maybe not. Try this one. There you go. Don't want to have too much glue on here because we don't want it to come out the sides. Now if you wanted to, on these, you could actually use our adhesive sheets and you could stamp the image on there. But you want to try and keep it to the fairly near the edge so that you don't get waste of all the top pieces, maybe. And then the same with this one. Just turn it over and Tombow on the back. Just going to wipe the nib of that. I've got a kitchen roll there. If I just wipe it on there, that's better. It's feeling a little bit clogged. So I'm going to put that one on this bag. So you can see where the lines then cover up what you've got on your images. Let me just zoom you in a little bit. It's probably a little bit easier for you. Okay, now you can see how that brings that to life. Whereas with this one, that little piece in the middle there, I do want to take out. Oh, bless you. You said you were practicing though, weren't you? It does add lots of different bits to things. So it is something to master. Maybe not do it as much as me, but I was racking my brain as to what I haven't used lately. And I was thinking, oh, I do love the shopping trolley, but I think I've only ever shown you one card with it. So I'm just digging the set out just to do something a little bit different and do a bit of a technique. Okay, so there's the other piece out as well. So let's just pop that through. Adhesive on the back. Just a tiny little bit around that handle so it doesn't ooze out. There we go. And there we go. There we go. So those ones are there now. Now I'm going to just colour in the tops of those cards. I don't know what colours I want to do on there at the moment. Let me just see what I'm going to bring out. I've got all my blends here, so I could just leave them like that, but it needs a little bit of something. I think the flowers need to have some yellow on them. I think we need just a little bit of, or pale pink. What have we got here? Light and dark petal pink. Let's see what those ones will do for me. So these, glasses, sorry. There we go again. So I'm just going to try that colour. And is that going to go with this one? No, I don't think it is. It's not the colour I want. We've got maybe light bubble bath. Let's try that one. Oh, that's better. So I'm going to blend that one out a little bit. Okay, you can always go over colours and blend them in. So this is the dark, no, it's the light bubble bath. I'm going to colour all of those in the same for now. Okay, and then I might put a little piece of the dark in the centres, or a little bit of yellow in the centres. Been making some flowers today. Not top secret, but it is just something, a project that's on the go for a class. So I'm really excited about that. So that's good. I'll pop that back in there. And what shall I do for the other pieces? This looks to me like bread. It could be, those could be cucumber or something, or they could all be bread. There's no real definition on those as to what they are. So I think it's just going to be a suck it and see what we fancy. So on the spare pieces around here, I've got, this one is light crumb cake. So I'm just going to colour that one in, thinking that that could be a loaf of wholemeal bread. As with all our shopping, we don't buy things all the same, do we? So it's not all going to be the same colour bread. So I'm going to pop that one back and then maybe go for, I think that could be a green. So let's go for something like a garden green. What have we got here? Oh, that's a dark mossy. I don't want that one. Let's see if we've got light mossy meadow. Let's just go on here. I think that one could be the same. Okay. Who else loves the blending brushes? I love them. I do really love them. They are so nice. It is for the adult colourers. Because they are, I'm going to put some green actually in the back of this, because that could be some foliage in the background. I might put the light, I don't like the white in between the flowers, you see, so I'm just going to put something on the back there and just colour a little piece down here just to give it a little bit of, so the stems look like they're green at the back of that one. What else can we do? Oh, it's hard knowing what would be in a shopping cart. It's kind of the peachy colours, pinky peaches. So I'm going to go with the Pretty in Pink, which is the colour of the DSP, I believe, on one of those. I hope my head's not in the way. I'm going to do that on the top. On this one I'm going to do in the bottom. They don't look identical. If you wanted to colour these in beforehand, you would find that you obviously can get nearer the images, the edges of the cutout piece. Might stop you. I mean, these are okay, but they might just be wary of that. What else could be shopper colours for shopping? Could be tissue paper for the gift. Actually, yes, it could. Well done, Frances. I see scrunched up tissue. I like that, Tracy, as well. Yes, two of you saying that. Well, so it could all be the same colour, couldn't it? I was seeing it as loaves of bread, as I said, because I've got a husband who likes his bread, I think. Yes, we could. That could have been. Anyway, I'm making it into different coloured things now, so I'm going to carry on that theme. Can't change halfway through. So, what have we got here? I don't know what colours to go for. I've got my whole box of blends here. We've got the this one, Petunia Pop. That's going to come through on the same card. So let's do this one here. That is the light Petunia Pop as well. So that could be any. They could all be gift wrapped, couldn't they, under there? Okay. So this is what I was saying about this seam there. So I'm just going to go around the edge there. Okay. So there's that one finished. This one could have that in the top there. Trying not to do them all the same. I'm going to have fun putting all these away at the end, aren't I? I know it's not exactly politically correct, but I'm going to do this one in a grey colour. That could be the packaging on something. And then the last one, oh wait, about we do pop a little bit of yellow in here, in the middles of those flowers, just so that they radiate from that centrepiece there. And maybe, is yellow too bright for that? I think it might be. Let's just try. Yeah, it's going to be too stark. So let's go with an ivory. That one's running out. Let me get the other one. Ivory. This is the ivory one. No, that's got the fluffy thing. Let me do the big end of this one. Oh yeah, there we go. That one's working. Hope I'm not in the way. Ironically, this looks like it's ivory, so it's a neutral colour, but it is looking a little bit on the yellowy tinge. So that's quite nice, actually. Quite like those. What do you think? So get those three on there like so. So I'm going to grab the dies. That's for the shopping bag and for the flowers. Bring on, baby. Stare at it long enough and you'll also see a box. Yeah, that could be a box, couldn't it? Yeah, I'm with you. Right, plates here. So I'm going to do this one first. I have got some pieces of tape on there. Just line those up. Glasses down might help, mightn't it? I'm fighting. I've not been told the last 2 visits to the optician. I've not been mentioned any more about varifocals, but I think I am getting that way because I'm sort of like in and out all the time with my glasses, aren't I? Gently take that off so you don't peel off the surface. There we go. And there's one of our little pieces there. That one in the bin. And then we'll repeat it again with these. The blends are lovely. I thought I had them all, but I haven't quite. I think I need to go through the catalogue and highlight all the ones I've got, because there's a few that I've got missing. But I did add the 5 new in colours this year. There's that one. This piece is on here a little bit big. Take one of those off. Line this up. Just trying to make sure we get it in the middle so we don't get all the lopsided white around the edge. I can hear cats running around in the hallway. Couldn't live without your varifocals. Yeah, he mentioned them a while back, or several years back, and he's not mentioned them anymore. And I have contact lenses, but they're gas permeable, so I only have one set, and they suit me a treat. So I kind of don't want to change those. You can get varifocal contact lenses. They're weighted apparently, so they always stay in focus in the right way up in your eye. Put that there. I just don't like the thought of having to tilt my head every time I want to see something. So there's my little images. What do you think of those? So that's paper piecing. So the bottoms of the wrapping are, oh, I've got that one a little bit further over. The bottoms are paper pieced with paper, and the tops are coloured in. Okay, just something a little bit different today. So now it's a case of what colour card do we want to put this on. I did white on white last time, so I'm just getting my white panels out here. So I have some panels in there, and let's see what we have. Who's going to shout a colour out? Maybe the Petunia Pop. How about Petunia Pop with the white? I'm going to put a panel in the centre, like so. I think I'm going to put some embossing on it as well. So let's just get those. So Petunia Pop there. Basic white. The other colour I've got pink. And embossing powder. have these here. Now the embossing folders, I haven't mentioned these ones lately. We have the set of 3. I had a customer I delivered to these to at the weekend, and they are a set of 3. So you've got the Basics 3D embossing folder. Oh, let me come out again. Too close. So the Basics 3D embossing folders, these are online exclusive, and I've labelled them 1 of 3, 2 of 3 and 3 of 3. So I know it's a trio there, and the 3 of them come together. Yes, Petunia Pop. Okay, that's great. Okay, so we'll do the base card in this one. I have got some more of that. I've got some more in the full packs. So I'm going to score this down the middle at halfway and then cut it the other way. So I have 2 cards in one go. So that's folded in half and that will go in the packet ready for next time. Sometimes I win and sometimes I don't. So you can use any papers for paper piecing. So you know how I love to keep my scraps. Well, the scraps are ideal to use. They really are, because whatever pieces you've got left over, I have a lot of lavender scraps, so I'm sure I'll be doing some of that with those. I wanted to have a panel, but that's a nice big border. I think I'll leave it at that one. And I'm going to run that through the embossing folder. So I need to get the machine out. Try not to drop the pieces on the floor. So this is the big base. And run that through here. Don't need the clear plates. Just the folder. And I do like this crosshatch one. I tend to use this one more out of here than I do anything else. And it's worth it for that one embossing folder. The others have their place too. I think the middle one, oh, I don't need the shim in. Let me take that out. I think the middle one, I can see poinsettias in this. If you look closely at that, I can see, if that was shaded, they look like poinsettias. So I think that could come into its forte at Christmas. If you think of it as a Christmas card, then you can see it's poinsettias. So there's my folder. Put that on the floor for me. It's easier. So I have a lovely panel there. Look at that. So gorgeous. It's just, yeah, another great set of embossing folders. Yes, have a look online at the exclusives. There are several things on there that they can bring on, the online exclusives, they can bring on and direct to customers and ourselves at any time, whereas they don't have to wait for a catalogue release to come out. So they releasing the new things in there, I think it's 3 times a year. So I think we'll do some again soon. I don't know the date now, can't remember off the top of my head. I get confused when customers can see and when we can see them. So there's my base card, okay. I'm going to have another panel because I want a little piece on the inside. So I will put one of those in here, but I'm going to put a little strip of paper on there. So this piece here, ooh. How's that one look? That's the right size. I'm going to lose that one. And just grab my trimmer. Have the baby easy to hand. Now, I've done this one before with you. If you push your paper in, a lot of trimmers will have a little ridge here. So when I push that in, I push it up to the ridge and then chop it, and you will end up with an even sized piece. You don't have to worry about what the width is at all. And you know I like to use my mat to line things up. So I will get my tweezers. Oh, bless you. It's available on replay. Been doing some paper piecing, Sandra. So that's all around there. So I'm going to use my grid mat. And I'm going to just line them all up, and I'm just going to pick a line to go across. I'm going to pick across there. Again, I'm on the solid lines. So that one's straight, and those ones are straight as well. Okay, I think it's straight. If it's cut straight, let's use a solid line. That's better. Yeah, that's good. So press that one down. And then the little piece on the end. If you do this before you stick it in, it's easy because you can turn it over, clip that piece off, and it's gluey. So I'll put that straight in the bin. Okay, and then that's going to go in the liner. Just relieves, brightens up a little plain piece of card. Okay, so that's in the middle. Are you loving these in colours? They are growing on me. Initially, I guessed we'd have some pastels this year, and I am quite liking them really. And there's a collection. You know, you saw me the other day, doing the Kusudama flowers. Now, all my Kusudamas have been mounted. I've got some glue on there. Something a bit sticky. I just use a rubber on the back there. That's gone. It's probably on the mat. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I need to work out where I'm going to put them first. So let's just place them randomly where we think we might like them. Some flowers like so. Just higgledy-piggledy. I kind of quite like them out, like the sides. I'll put dimensionals on anyway, so they will look. I won't pull the backs off yet. Just that will raise it up slightly. And then we're going to put a greeting on here. Now there's a lovely one in the set that I've put here. So then I like small greetings. So, well, the treat itself actually looks quite nice. That would have to be fussy cut round. It's too big to put on a piece of card on there. The happy birthday would look nice on a little banner. So I'm actually going to grab that one. It's a happy birthday. People will be treated to all sorts on their birthday, won't they? So there we go. Stamp that one. Mount that one. And if I'm lucky, in here, I have a bag of bits. Maybe not. Oh, I was thinking I'd got some banners I could quickly do. No, I think they've all been used. No, never mind. I will just cut one. So from my scraps, I like to start with a thinnish piece like so. And I've got the Petunia Pop ink, I think, on here. I also have the ribbon as well. Let's see what we can do with it, shall we? So I'm going to use this one. It is just a scrap of card, so I'm not going to get precious about making sure I stamp it first. I'm just going to stamp it on there. And then I will cut it accordingly. Oh, that's very juicy. Very, very juicy, because it's a new pad. That was a bit thinner. Let's see if we can get that on there. Oh, that might. I'm going to go just gently, really gently on there. Holding my breath. See if that's actually going to be. Yeah. Let's go bigger. It will fit. It's because the ink pad is so juicy. Snap up a piece of scrap. It is good. I think it's meant to be thicker and thinner. Just grab that stamp case in a sec. Yeah, I see. I prefer that one. Let's leave it with that one for now. Have I got any crafting plans this week? I have. Where was I the other day? I've had somebody here today. I've had a few drop-ins as well. Just popping in to see each other. Been quite nice. And a lady who's I'm gonna borrow my room. So she's going to do a class, something totally different to paper crafting, and she's going to be doing a class here. So she's got some dates in her diary now, just helping network with each other really. So that was quite nice. I have tomorrow I'm going off to Recce, a venue in a slightly different area for me, but someone who is desperate to have workshops in that area. Not paper crafting, but she's really got customers interested in doing something. So I'm going to see that. Hopefully that will be good tomorrow. And then going on to see somebody, another friend. So that's nice. I can't think into next week yet, Shaz. Move the ink back. The ink back? How do you mean? Move the ink back. There? I don't understand you, Shaz. So this that side's bigger than that, so I'm just going to take the end off and get rid of that. And I'm going to snip this. In fact, now I'm going to do this one a bit differently. You've seen me do this with the slanty pieces. I have done it in the past where I then put that piece here, but if I do the same distance, I think that that should be about the same. So it's just a little bit different. I think you might be meaning about the ink is with regards to the getting the back of a plastic spoon and just massaging that in and just getting rid of some of that excess ink. That does sometimes help, so I might give that a go. Just looking for my little dimensionals. They were here just now. I had them. That's the full size ones. Well, how can they just disappear? Oh well, they were on the desk in front of me. No idea. So I will take some of these and I'll cut them in half. But I had them. Real mystery. I am blaming my age. I think it's just I'm getting worse. I know I'm crazy lady, but hey, sometimes I think my number of year just went over the hill, and I think it's just, yeah, left so many brain cells behind. Okay, I'm just going to put a couple on there. Because I've raised those ones up, I'll put some plain. Yeah, you had juicy ink pad, yeah. I think I'll just, like you say, if I get a spoon and just spread it out a bit, or even blot some of it off. Because they're new colours, you see, they're the new ink colours, and they are so juicy. They need to be used a bit more, I think. So I quite liked these ones a bit higgledy-piggledy, didn't I? I'll put that one down there. Just randomly, like so. So that opposite like that. Where can we stick the flowers? Part and part, like there. I've put these on already. So those could just be like so. And then this could be, oops, just taking those off the back. Knocked that one off by mistake, but hey, it did it anyway. That's good. And then this one can be over to one side, I think. I don't want to spoil all that lovely work we've just done. But you can still see the paper piecing on there, can't you? And I do like things, you know, hanging over the margin there. So I think I'm just going to do that. Clear gems, because clear gems go with everything. Tip them out. Got some medium ones in there. Dot some of those just round in the background. Do not 3 of those. They say don't dither too far, but hey, there we go. How did that one look? Okay, just to have those. So you've done paper piecing. Craziness gets worse when you get to 61. Don't say that, Linda. Long lag between my question and you being able to see it. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, don't worry. Have to try some paper piecing. It's really simple, and go through your scraps of papers that you've got in your packets, and don't be afraid to use some. Just try. You've got nothing to lose. Just have a play and see what they look like. Okay, there's a few more. I mean, there's lots of pieces in here in this stamp set I really like. Where did I put the stamp set? See, that's gone on holiday with the mini. What's it? I swear I have not moved from my seat apart from getting the paper, and I didn't take it with me. So where's the stamp set gone now? I had it here just now. Can you see it under my screen? Mystery. Absolute mystery. There, maybe not. Landslide, it's hidden there. So these are the stamps that we had. Okay, so I've used these two here. You can do the same with a cake. You can cut the strips so you can make the cake different colours. You can stamp a bottle and paper piece it with something with brown paper for the brown bottle or green bottle for wine. You know, you can do all sorts. You can use pale blue and make it water even. Just think outside the box. Think what colours you'd like. And the plant works well as well. So you can have a little terracotta pot there if you've got some brown papers, you know, some orangey browns. So yeah, just have a play with it. It's a lovely set and I really like it. I just need to use it a lot more. Okay, so that's all for today. And you love paper piecing down in New Zealand there. So I'm going to pop you back to me. Oops, that'll take that one off. There we go. And bring you back across and say thank you for joining me today. Oh, I forgot to say, hang on, let me bring this back. Move you across there. The paper Designer Series paper sale started on yesterday morning, midnight the night before. I have already put some customer orders in, and it is the Designer Series papers featured on here and on the reverse that are in the annual catalogue, and all of these ones were $11.75. Okay, so for this month they are $9.99. So if any of my customers want me to add those to my order, then let me know. I put an order through, but I've already got some to go forward. So hi Carol, nice to see you. And so yeah, the papers, all of those, what is there, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 papers at $9.99 instead of $11.75, just to the end of this month. But do hurry. I said the other day, do hurry, because if the volumes go high and they've got more than the stocks in the warehouse, then they will run out and they'll have to wait for some more to come in. We might miss the end of the month deadline, okay, to get them at that price. Okay, so let me know and I'll do my best to get for you. Okay, so thanks for joining me, and I will see you all again soon. Sunday evening, I don't know what I'll do on Sunday. As always, if you've got any requests, then let me know and I'll try and build them.